What is going on, everybody? And welcome to On the Mat. My name is Jonathan, and sitting beside me, introduce yourself. What's your name?
Bolesia, my name is Tali Silumbar Ravi, and I'm from Cavell Island in the Tikina of Nandongo, Vasu Nruanrua Namuka Madhuata province.
So, nice to meet you.
Bolesia.
So, yeah, today you guys might have been wondering where we've been all week. Obviously, the kids and Stephanie are back in Canada and enjoying the snow. We have been enjoying a different form of precipitation here in the form of rain. Lots of rain. And so we came to Cavell Island, which is, if you guys look it up, Kavewa on Google Maps. And it is about 3/4 of the way up the coast, the northern coast of Vanuatu. And the reason why we're here is we were asked by WWF if we could capture the program that they have going on right now where they're trying to satellite tag some turtles, or the turtles, so that we can understand different things about them, their migratory routes, the places that they go to eat, and whatnot. And so we've been camped out on, there's 2 small islands that are close to Kabewa Island. One is Katawanga, and one is Nukuvandra. Okay? Yeah. And so those are the 2 beautiful little islands that these turtles, at this time of the year, I think they said from November to April, hey, is the nesting season. And so we got some really good footage so far, but it's very hit and miss because we can't control the turtles. And so we've tagged, they tagged 1 before we got here, and then we've tagged 2 in the last 2 days. So hoping for another couple in the next like 24 hours while we're still here. So it's been a very, very cool experience to be out here with WWF. And after this, we'll be recording a podcast with some very, very highly educated people, very, very big experts in the turtle industry. And but yeah, I'm sitting here with Tale because we've been out. Me and Tui have been to Kavewa before. We came here last year. There was some biogas units that were installed, I think on behalf of a couple other NGOs that were, so it's a big help to the community, and we were here filming. And so, did we meet that time?
Yeah,
No, you were in
Australia.
Yeah, so she's a very fancy lady. She goes all over, all over. So when we were here, you were in Dubai? Or you're in Australia?
In Australia.
Yeah, right. And so, they actually have a very prominent, you guys have a really prominent women's group here. Langimaiwai.
Dangmaiwai Women's, now it's a cooperative.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So when did that happen?
We established last year.
Really?
Yeah, so we just got our registration certificate recently.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So so in my village, in Nanivunda, we don't have, that's one thing that our Turanikora and lots of people encourage is to make, like register the youth, register the women's group and all this kind of stuff. What is the advantage of doing this? Like what do you get? Like so, because there are this perks, right?
Yeah, when we registered with the women, Ministry of Women, and then after that, then we have, with our whatever that we do, we submit our reports to the Ministry of Women, and then...
So you guys have to take media minutes and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And also, it is like, when you apply for a grant, you have to get registered with either cooperative or the women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really neat. So that allows you guys to access different
Yes.
funding and stuff like that
Yeah.
comes through. Okay, that's cool. Because when we came for the other project, it was because of the women's club that this whole thing happened here. So you guys are definitely, I think, setting an example for lots of villages. Because there's a lot of villages that don't have it. Like they don't register their women's groups or their youth clubs and stuff like that. So I suppose, if you're watching this and you come from a village and you guys haven't done that, take the initiative and try to do these things because there is funding available from different NGOs and charities
Governments
that,
as
yeah,
well.
and the government
Yeah.
as well, yeah, looking to do stuff, good things in the community. And so a lot of the times, like she's like Tale is saying, the way to unlock that funding and that assistance is through the proper registration of your groups, right?
Yeah.
So what is your role? I mean, because you're very young. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yes, so-
32.
Hey, same age. Yeah, 92. Yeah, nice. There we go, baby. 92 babies. Hey. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
man, wow, that's so amazing. I actually never meet people that are my age.
See?
So, this is very exciting news, everybody. So, you're like really involved in your community, and what is your role? Like, do you have a specific role? Or
Well, I just help the women's group, liaise with government, whatever it's needed, all the paperwork and stuff
Right.
like that. Yeah.
so, did you have any formal education
Yeah,
in that
I
field?
was- Moshi and the village admin.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Turun Koro.
Right. So, what are the different things that WWF has been involved? I mean, to your knowledge, so obviously the turtles.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the main one.
Yeah, and they have been very supportive with the women's club.
Okay.
Yeah, with whatever funding that we ask them for advice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because I
And
think the WWF goes beyond just looking after turtles.
yeah,
You know.
for them, like for example, like with whatever that we've worked on, we've managed to, like for women, we started with investing with Fijian holdings. So for
Oh.
us to start with our scholarship fund for our that's just a few
Yeah.
some that we have worked with.
That's really cool. Like, we were talking the other day, last night. Like, it's one thing to care about turtles.
Yeah.
Like, it's another thing to care about the people.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I think that's one thing that's really important for any NGOs that are involved in work in Fiji is like, you have to think about the people behind the thing that you are being funded
Yeah.
for, right? Because a lot of times, actually, one thing that I was actually really impressed with, because so me and Tui, like I said, we came here last year, and so we came with FNU, but we brought our own Cebu Cebu because like I'm coming from
Yes.
another Vanua, and we like for me it's very important that we did it the
Yes.
right way, and so now we felt welcome here. I was very not. I was curious how WWF was going to come here, and what kind of protocols they were going to do, and so I don't know. I was impressed because like we went to speak to the family who's owns the Nukuvanra.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we went and we did the Cebu Cebu there,
Yeah.
and then we came here, and so my parents were missionaries, obviously for a lot of you guys know that, but one thing that a lot of like charities, NGOs, mission groups don't do properly is go through the right channels.
channels, yeah.
And like if you don't go through the right channels in a lot of our Pacific cultures, there's gonna be like a block there, and you're not
Yeah.
gonna be able to like really truly connect with the community, right? And so, especially with what WWF is doing, it's important that they have a good relationship with these communities and not just coming in and just
Do it.
taking turtles, right? And then just ignoring everybody else,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you see us here, we're on your veranda, just relaxing, chilling. And so I'm happy I'm always nervous because like I represent myself. Even though I come with WWF, like people know where I'm from. Yeah. So, conservation in Nandongo
Yeah.
is obviously a big deal. Because like for where I come from, we're from the inland,
Bush.
right? Yeah, the bush. It's so funny. Yesterday when we were coming back from the island, I was like, this guy was making, Imoshi was making fun of me. Imoshi's gonna come on next, and I was like in a tarp, curled up on the bottom of the boat, and he's like, "That's the difference." You guys will see it on the vlog coming up. That's the difference between a bushman and a seaman. See the seaman, he's out here, and then bushman is all like curled up under the tarp at the bottom of the boat. So that's after we tagged a turtle yesterday, and so. You're also involved with the youth
Yeah.
here.
Yes. Currently, I'm the Nandongo Tikina Youth President.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I've
Wow.
been involved in some other with our Nandongo Development Committee as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with the youth as well.
That.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
a volunteer work.
Whoa. But like that must take a lot of time. Like doing paperwork and stuff like that, or
Well, sometimes, but other than that, it's a passion. It's who you serve. That's what matters.
huh?
Yeah.
So what's your reason? What's your why behind all of this?
If
Like, 'cause I mean, you could be doing anything.
yeah,
that-
but if I think there's nobody. While I was working with the local NGO, I've seen the gap that sometimes they want to get the funding, they want to get everything that's available, but there's no one to turn to.
In the community?
Yeah, in the community.
I see.
Like they couldn't talk with the other, there was no one that brings up or whatever they need. I mean, whatever's happening on the ground, issues and
Right.
stuff like that, yeah. So that
Yeah.
everybody that wants something, they'll just call and then I'll do whatever I can
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
help them out.
Yeah. Because ultimately that'll help your whole community.
Yeah.
Is there something that you want to be remembered for or something like that?
Leaving a
Because like what
legacy.
you're doing is like it'll leave an impact. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just because I've seen my grandparents lead, like they were chiefs in their own village,
Okay.
and just leading by example. Because I have a daughter, and that's something that leaving a legacy behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important. I love it. That's so good. You start thinking different, especially when you're a parent. Not that
Yeah.
you have to be a parent to be a good person or to be, concerned about important things, but yeah, when you have kids, you start thinking about, what you leave behind and what is your legacy going to be, right?
Yeah.
So like, how do you think, like what you do with WWF and, and the community, like, why is it so hard to get youth involved, do you think, I'm speaking just from what I see in my community. It's so hard to organize youth to work together, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same thing for you.
It is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is everywhere. But I think it's just some of them, they are seen as nothing in the society. Yeah, so that's what they regard themselves.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
once you've talked to them, you'll realize the issues. So there's different way in which you can help them out. Some of them is just lack of knowledge. Also with the lack of support. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that it's slowly,
Changing?
Yeah, changing.
Yeah. Yeah, because in my community, like the youth, it's like, okay, all the youth, we need to raise money, go cut sugarcane. Maybe bush people, right? And so, or go and do some weeding for somebody, and I think over time, it's the same thing every time.
Yes.
And then the youth are like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
It's just fundraising all the time. And we
Yes.
just go and sweat for nothing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's really important for the next generation to carry on or to actually hand it over to youth, to trust youth so that they can prove themselves.
Yeah.
Because I've tried to handle some different projects in my own community and have not been trusted to do it. And it's projects that are not even a big deal. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to have a couple elders to oversee and and then end this up because they're older, all the communication goes to them, and then all the young people just get left in the dust, basically as just laborers, right? And so, I don't know, that's yeah, lame, yeah. And so, I've seen you in Well, when we came here, you were in Australia. Then when we went to Mbua, that's the last time
Yeah.
I met you, right?
Yeah. We were in Mbua with the Mbua festival.
Yeah,
Youth festival.
youth festival.
Yeah.
And so you guys were there. You were there with a few
With
youth.
the yeah, I came with the Madhuwata Youth, youth Provincial Youth Council.
Oh, okay.
So I'm also the public relation officer for the Madhuwata Youth. Yeah.
Big money, right? Okay, I had a couple questions here that I was going to ask you, but we've kind of gone off topic. But that's the best part about the conversation. Has there ever been, like, what's the best thing that you think about, like, what's a success story that you can
I think
share from?
okay, the success story for youth. I think one of the example that it's my elder brother Emosi while he was a youth. So he really made an impact, but he had to go through challenges. One of the I think the impact that he has left on me is like for me myself. Our parents, like our forefathers, used to be hunters for sea turtles. And for me, like we used to eat the turtle eggs, and that's one of his success stories. You know, letting us move away from being hunters to be protectors
Whoa.
of sea turtles. You've seen that my dad was really sure about turtles are gonna come this time, but it was before then. It was their time to go out and seek the sea turtle eggs. I mean the turtle eggs.
Yeah, right. So,
So that's the impact, and also with the MPA that we managed to establish with the two, So that's
these two islands.
Yeah.
So
that's
MPA, Marine Protected
Yeah,
Area.
area, yeah.
Okay. So that goes for, I guess out to the edge of the reef around each island. So I think it's about, it seems like roughly 100 meters probably, perimeter around each of the islands is a zone where people cannot fish. And I mean, if you don't take the small fish, then the small fish bring bigger fish, and then those bigger fish bring other, and the whole ecosystem, I guess, in simple man terms, can thrive a little bit more. You guys even get whales here.
We do get whales, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like coming in between here and the mainland.
Yeah.
What time of year does that happen?
I can't remember,
Yeah.
but only at times and we can see the yeah.
Oh.
They say, oh, there's a whale.
Wow.
But we just let it be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's no history of like whale hunting in Fiji, is there?
I have no idea.
I haven't heard of anything.
Yeah.
So obviously, me and Stephanie come from Canada, and Canada has a huge history. The indigenous population in Canada for whales. So they're also another story of people I've met who were whale hunters, like traditionally, turned into whale conservationists.
Yeah.
And it's like this. When I was talking to your brother yesterday and a couple other guys, it's pretty cool how, like, you're saying the knowledge from being a hunter
Yeah.
can assist so much in the knowledge of being a conservationist, right? Because like you already know so much and understand. Like they were talking about like how like you can identify like a turtle nest and all this stuff, but that was like from the days when they used to look for the turtle eggs, right?
Yes.
And so, I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed about. Like we're all evolving.
Yeah.
And so, evolving in the way that like we understand that these hawksbill turtles are very endangered. Question.
Got a question.
Yeah. Question
This is from James.
from James.
Yeah. Could you kindly ask her if it is easy to set up an MPA?
Okay.
And how
Well-
do you do that?
Okay, so a question from James is thank you, James. And guys, this is why we do the live streams, is because all of our content is just post, and then you guys comment, then we can respond in a comment. But the live stream, you guys can do this and ask us a question, and we can answer it live with somebody who actually might have some experience and be able to point people in the right direction. So the question from James, thank you, James, was how difficult is it to set up a MPA, a marine protected area, right? And what was the second part to that question? Tui? What was the second part to that question?
Yeah, how do you set it up and Is it easy to set up?
Is it easy?
How do you do that?
Is it easy?
I doubt it's easy.
Well, for us, yeah, it's we just had a village meeting, and but before that, our forefathers have started ongoing with the MPA, because for us it's just a small island, and then before we used to have, like, it's a rotational fishing ground. Like, we do a tambo in one area and then we fish on the other side, and then after that it's a switch.
Yeah, so
just
that's
to
like
let it thrive, yeah.
that's like a conservation.
But it has to go through proper channels. For us, we started with the village meetings, and then all the voices are heard with the youths, the women, and the men, and then we discuss it, and then they all agree that we have to do this, and then we also inform the Walwalesan, or the Madawatta Provincial Office.
Yep.
Yeah, we talk to them, and then they'll advise on the
On how to
process
do it.
as well. Yeah.
So how long from start to finish?
Well, it'll depend on the community
Right.
involved, yeah.
Yeah.
But then we have to inform the other neighboring communities as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was while I was working with C3, there were a few cases just up north, like Mundu, where people from neighboring coastal communities were fishing in the Tambo area. So the chiefs had to go and ask for their support.
Oh. Yeah.
So that was a, yeah.
Yeah. Because
So
I think that one of the tough things that a lot of people don't know about Madawatta is that, like, all of the villages, like, we share one golingoli. So, like, even if we're from the inland over here, we can fish on any place in the province, right?
Well, it depends on, you have your own license to, like for you guys,
Yeah.
it's Ngolngol Vakovata.
Okay.
And then we have the Sawana, Ngolngoli.
See, okay.
And then Nandongo, and then Namuka, then Dongtuki, and then.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to have a license, but if you, I think with a relationship with you can just call the Tunamuka and then ask for, you can just go for sib if you want to fish in the area. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
So I was
But you
told
have
by
to.
people that anywhere in Madawatta is
No.
fishable by anybody who is from Wolinkambula in Madawatta. No. Okay.
See?
So-
That's something.
Yeah. So, where does the Golongoli Lokawata? Where does that?
I think until Mali.
Oh, okay.
Mali
Okay.
area. Yeah.
What's up?
No, my friend, cousin, Freddy.
What did Freddie say? Make you fun?
Yeah, making fun of him.
She's dropping knowledge, you guys. Yeah.
Just say that's very helpful information. Thank you. Very
Winaka
impressed with her work.
James.
She makes a very good role model.
Naka.
That's
Whoa! Wow! Look at that. So, I guess before we switch over to Emosi, like, what's your hopes with moving forward with the conservation efforts with the turtles and stuff like that?
I think it's just we need a lot of community-driven conservation initiatives. And also we also need stronger collaboration with the NGOs, with the government, and the communities. Yeah, because this is evident over here. Like, even though it's, we face a lot of challenges, but still we have to keep forth. Like, we have to keep on moving with our conservation initiatives. Like for us here, and that's how we manage to, like, village development, like with our women's club. When we mention all this stuff that are happening, more support comes for because they need support. Support is there, but you have to take that first step.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you have to take that first step. And also, on policy support as well. National and international policies to support grassroots initiatives. Yeah, so those are the three things that I think that's
Would be
for,
helpful.
yeah,
For the future.
for the future.
Right. when people say policy, I start falling asleep.
Yeah.
For real, man. I hate paperwork, and
But-
I think that's one thing that like shuts a lot of people down. Is like, what did you say? I have to fill out, and that's a problem in Fiji, is that you have to just run around all the time, filling out this paperwork. Then you go over here, and they tell you to go over there, and you're like, I was just there, but they're like, no, you have to go back there. And then you go there, and they're like, no, you have to go back.
Yes.
And so when we were driving here, Tui was telling me that, not Tui behind the camera, Tui from WWF, was telling me that that's one thing also that WWF is part of, other than just conservation efforts in the water with the ecosystem and the animals, is also assisting villages and communities with the policy stuff. So the paperwork, trying to connect the different arms of the government to make things a bit easier for the communities.
Yeah, that's something that's needed.
Yeah, because like the complicated part about our culture and the merging of Western society and stuff like that is that we have people who are cultural heads and people who are cultural experts, and then they're also asked to perform these tasks that they don't even know where to start. And so we need more assistance.
Yes.
Like you said, the funding is there, and the assistance a lot of the times is there, but you have to take the first step. But it's like, what if you're a baby, you don't know how to step? Well, somebody has to teach you. You have to have practice, right? And so that is even maybe more than the conservation is the
Yes.
importance of the assistance from places or NGOs like WWF Pacific to help our communities that way. So I'm learning lots. Got one more question.
Yeah, it's from Rangit. Thank you for the service to the community. Do you have a website or FB page for donations?
Okay, we have a Whangamewai Women's Club Facebook page, and you can just directly message, and then we'll have a chat on what's available.
I'll give you my M-Paisa.
Oh, so. Bushman. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Bushman.
Hey, correct.
All
Thank you.
right.
All right. You may be
Thank you.
excused. Oh, yeah, the mic.
Oh,
You can just give it to Mushi. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us. It's been a couple days of... So the hard part about what we've been doing is that it's just been raining a lot. And so obviously, when you have a media company... So that's why we're out here, guys. So I'll do some shameless plugs here. We're here on behalf of our company, Waka Media. And we've been hired to capture this turtle hatching and nesting and all this stuff. But when you bring 15, 20 grand worth of gear out into the bush, the sand, the rain, it gets stressful. And I mean, we're good, but it's been frustrating to not be able to, operate at our peak performance, because we're one of us is holding a tarp and the other one's trying to hold, the expensive camera. And so, but I think we've got a bit of footage. Obviously, hope we can get some more tonight. What's say you can get some more turtles tonight, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? So that's the plan. And that's the hope, is that the rain stay like this. Don't come back. But I think it's coming back. Big rain in Lambasa, right?
Yeah, but
Flood?
Yeah.
Really flood? Classic Lambasa.
I
Yeah.
think we'll have to stay here for a month.
Yeah, I have nowhere to be. Yeah, my kids are gone, wife is gone. Yeah. So I guess it's the North's turn to really take the beating, because a few weeks ago, it was Western, right?
Yep.
That Tavua, Mba, and all those places. I don't think it's that bad here, but we are definitely feeling the brunt of this wind when it hits here. Karewa village is facing the wind. When we went to the other island in Katoanga where we were staying, we were like, shoot, dude, we gotta go check our stuff, because all of our gear's over there. And we got there, it's like a glass off on that side of the island. It's just totally calm. When Imoshi took us back yesterday, I was like, thank you. This is so nice over here, actually. Should have been over here. So, yeah, we're enjoying this weather right now, though. So thank you guys for hanging out with us, and part 2 starts now. Drum roll. So, Bulvinaka.
Bula.
Can you just introduce yourself quickly to everybody? And what is your role, I guess?
Okay, my name is Emositime. I'm from this village. I've been here for long, since I was raised here. My role is 10 years back. I was introduced to this program by certain NGOs, and I've been doing turtle monitors. We are normally called Daunivono. Way back in 2010.
So that's like 15 years, huh?
Yeah,
Wow. So from that time, you were doing the Danivon.
yeah.
Wow.
So our role is to monitor and helping out NGOs and those who are interested in the lives and the conservation of sea turtles.
So, did you have any experience, formal training like that for turtles? Or everything that you knew is from traditional knowledge?
Yeah, at the first time I was asked by somebody from the USP. They just call in and ask if I know any place that the turtles used for nesting, and they came in, and after that, that was the beginning of our journey, and we formed that the turtle monitors program. Like we were chosen from every certain village in Bua and Maduata coast.
Oh,
So-
because Yandua Island.
Yeah,
right?
Yandua
Right.
Island, and but most of them left, and I'm still here with Peter from Yandua. But I got a knowledge. It's a traditional knowledge. I was introduced to I'm not ashamed to say that I was introduced to hunting eggs
Right there. Yeah, yeah.
from a very early age, from my grandparents, and we used to boast about it in searching for the
But
for
that's,
eggs.
that's how you were raised.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no shame in it.
So I got that knowledge. It's traditional knowledge. So it's all about the right weather. When will the turtles comes in, and the right tide. So traditional knowledge is there. Then I went. I think I went few years back when with the support of WWF, we went to Vanuatu.
Boy.
Yeah.
Do you have a similar program there?
Yeah, they got a similar program that runs with it's ecotourism in one of
nice.
the islands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So people came from parts of the globe and be there and doing what the turtle monitors are doing in Vanuatu. One of the islands, Moso, I think Moso. So
Is there any similarities between Vanuatu and Fiji?
Yeah.
Like what they know traditionally there? Or
yeah,
what
they got the traditional knowledge similar to what in
Yeah.
Fiji, because the use of citadels in the traditional functions is similar to our system here in Fiji.
Really? That's so cool. So you guys were going
Yeah,
to
we
meet
went
them.
there and we were trained by certain people there. Monitoring, tagging, and doing flipper tagging
Okay.
for the nesties.
Yeah.
And
Not like what we're doing here, not the satellite.
not the
flipper,
satellite,
right?
not the satellite. Satellite, I think this is the first one in
Oh.
in my island.
Okay. Wow. And guys, these satellite tags are very,
Yeah.
like they're, I don't know what's, not hydroscopic, they're hydrodynamic. Like they're shaped and they go so that it doesn't like impede the turtle's swimming ability. And they're very like, I think they're pretty high tech. Like the battery alone, what was it, Hugo? How long can it last? Up to? 2 years. Apple, you need some batteries from the satellite tags for your phone or Samsung. That would be great. 2 years, and so actually we've already been tracking this turtle. We saw them on the program on the computer. You could see the turtles we tagged yesterday like bouncing around on the reef and around the island. So it's the first time in
Yeah,
in
that's the first time. This is the first time.
Wow.
I think one time we went for a workshop in Nakalu. We caught one there and took it to Wailola Beach in Nadi. And I think that was the first time we've done that satellite thing. Yeah.
Wow. So we're also doing the flipper tagging along with which is a titanium. So I know these tags from cattle on the farm. Like it's like an ear tag that you put in the cattle's ear, but this is a titanium tag so it doesn't rust and stuff like that. It goes in the turtle's flipper. So that's been done before, but now we're doing the electronic satellite tagging, and it's very cool. What was in Vanuatu? So you said they were like integrating the turtle conservation with ecotourism.
Yeah, they got each a dormitory or something like that. They got
Yeah.
it just beside the village. So the turtle monitors used to do the same thing, like patrolling, beach patrolling, and do tagging. So they got their guests.
Yeah.
So like doing it at night time, mostly at night time. But they have to walk across the island.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So one of the
Big island?
not so big.
Okay.
One of the managers there told me that even though a lot of them came from Europe, Scotland. They love turtles. They really love turtles.
This is very interesting.
Yeah. And they they used to stay there's a rule for a guest to stay there for a month, but most of them they wanted to be there 3 months.
Ooh.
They really
And they pay to stay there?
Yeah, they pay.
Wow. So do you think
So
that
the whole village benefit from what the guests pay.
that's really cool. Is there a possibility to do something like that, do you think, in Kawewa? Like
Yeah.
an opportunity?
Yeah, we really love to have it because with our fishing ground being it's declining.
It's changing.
Yeah, changing.
Yeah.
With climate change and poachers just came here in at night.
Those boats
yeah.
that launch.
We really need to have those kind of business in our island
Yeah.
to support us in with conservation and earning from those kind of business.
I was just talking with Turani Koro here about that yesterday. And that is one thing that I was, so what's really cool about a community that is well managed, like, we just had Tale here, so youth representative also with the women. And then we have in my opinion, a very active Turanikoro here. And then also Turtle Monitor, Emosi. And so with everybody working together like this, there's a very well-balanced approach, and they can challenge each other on things like, we just wanted to use this island for turtle conservation, and maybe the Turanikoro is, looking at the people side of things, and then you have the Tale looking at the women's side of things, and so all of them can give their input and come to like solutions and become like a really good example to communities like the one I'm from and how they can work together. Because one thing is looking after turtles, another thing is looking after the people, another thing is looking after the kids and the education. And so we have to think about all of these kinds of things in the community. But I can picture like one homestay here.
Yeah.
With, well, what we're doing, right? Somebody's like, there's some boys camped on the island.
Yeah.
Okay, the turtle's here. When they
Right.
go, woo, run
It's a
over
good
there.
idea, good idea.
That'd be really cool. You got a question?
This is from James again.
What's up, James? Thank you for interacting, James.
In his 15 years of doing this work, what are some of the changes that he has witnessed that has directly impacted turtles' habitats, such as reef and seagrass ecosystems being destroyed?
Okay, you want to read it again, just so we can.
What are some of the changes that he has witnessed that has directly impacted turtles' habitats, such as reef and seagrass ecosystems being destroyed?
Yeah, like climate change. It's a big contribute so much to the ecosystems. Like most of the time, seagrass died away, and bleaching of corals. They feed on them. Turtles feed on them, and for the nesting sites, it's changing in weather patterns. A lot of storms, big tidal waves, usually damage those beaches on the
Those
two islands.
Those islands are
Yeah.
not like
Like-
high. They're very
Yeah.
low to the ocean. The high tide mark is probably 1 foot below the highest point on the island, right?
So coastal erosion, you can see that on the other side of Katawanga.
Yeah.
It's too steep for turtles to
Go up.
to go up.
I saw that last night when I was
Yeah.
walking around before they scared the crap out of me.
And a lot of rocks are being exposed where the sand was. It's now being rocks in there. So it hurts a bit. Sometimes we came across a lot of turtles who are being like wounds on their flippers
From the sharp stone.
from the sharp stones.
I felt the sharp stones yesterday when I was trying to chase that turtle through the water. After we tagged it, I was trying to get the shot. I'm like, ow, 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 ow. Yeah. Because there's no sand left on top of the stones. Yeah. That's a good question.
Good question.
Yeah. What changes have you seen? Yeah. So what is all of your, do you have to go out on a schedule? What do you do as a turtle monitor exactly? I guess the WWF Pacific will be, asking for some reports back or, updates. every once in a
Yeah. Most of the times before, we used to travel around the coast of Maduata
Oh, not
and
just
other communities in doing awareness. Most of them rely on turtle meats for their traditional functions. So we managed to persuade a lot of them to refrain from hunting turtles. And now it's more than almost 10 years now. Like WWF with volunteers, they used to come every nesting season. So I used to help them in knowing what I got the knowledge of identify the exact nest and marking up the date of which they lay their eggs, and then after
That's all based on traditional.
yeah. So after 40 to 50 days, we usually dig up the nest and counted the unhatched and then successfully.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's all about collecting data.
Right. Yeah.
So like it's now of maybe 2 years back. Like we want to know the temperature because the genes of uh, of the turtles is determined by the temperature. Eh? So we used to like planting, bearing the temperature logs. It was done by Kara and the team. So I usually helps a lot in
Doing those work.
doing those work.
Interesting. And then so once you were able to apply your, I mean that must be a huge help. Is there other people who were here like that were also knowledgeable in turtle? Everybody?
Everybody.
Huh.
They know, yeah, they know how to identify the
Yeah.
nest. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the biggest challenge you think on the coast, this Madhuwata coast, or I guess Vanua Level coast, on like, because I've been to functions and very recently
Yeah.
they have, that's one of the things that everybody loves is when people bring turtle meat. Yeah. And so what is like, how do we, I don't know, how do we stop that, or how do we, what is your most successful way of like getting people to refrain from, like you said, refrain from doing that, just to educate them on, you know, how the population is going down? Because that's difficult, right? Because we're now
Yeah.
we're combating the cultural, something that's in the culture, right? And we're saying, okay, please don't do this. And a lot of times people will just laugh, right? So
Yeah, it's like it's so difficult for most people in Madhuwata Coast because they rely on turtle meat
yeah,
for their traditional functions.
yeah.
But the law is there, regulation is there
Yes.
by the Ministry of Fisheries. I think we have to do like doing awareness. We have to do it. WWF have been doing great in doing awareness
Yeah.
to the communities around Fiji. And in Madhuwata, they know that taking sea turtles without permit is illegal. So we have to have a right set of mind in understanding what people have been saying about conservation, sea turtle conservation, with the numbers declining. You know, most people always argue with me when I said that the declining of sea turtle numbers.
They
But
disagree?
yeah,
Really?
but I think sea turtle numbers, they are really declining. Mm-mm. So it's all about the communities.
Right.
It's all about the communities to work with the NGOs, with the government, so that we can conserve, protecting these iconic sea animals.
Yeah. Different question altogether. Before we get to that question, in I guess there's 2 Matangalis in this village, eh? Okay. So what is your guys' tree for your Matangali? Like you have guys like for my Matangali we like Vunivadea. That's our tree. And the bird is the animal is the parrot, Vanga.
Oh,
Yeah. So do you guys have what?
yeah,
What is your guys'
tree.
tree?
Oh, yes.
Yashi. Oh, you see lots of yashi around there. Huh? Hey, stole it from Boa?
Stolen from Boa.
Yeah. And the animal?
Animal, the fish,
Yeah.
fish.
Fish?
Yeah, fish.
What do you?
Fish is vilu.
Vilu.
Oh yeah, Will.
Vilu.
Trevally,
Travel.
Yeah. Golden trevally.
golden trevally.
Yeah. My fish is what? Tilapia.
Hey,
Huh?
guitar.
Hey. What are you? Frog?
My fish.
Yeah. Oi.
No, you.
Okay, and your tree?
Really. Don't ask me.
Hey. Yeah.
I'll come back to you.
Okay, come back to me. Yeah, that's funny.
You put me on the spot, Dad.
I know, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Hey, dude, you gotta be ready, man. If I gotta ask somebody a question, I might just turn around and ask you. So, for those of you who might not know what we're talking about, like in Canada and in the U.S., in First Nations or Aboriginal culture, they have like a totem pole, and so you have your different there's a thing in nature that represents you or your family or your bloodline.
Different tribes.
Yeah, different tribes. And so in Fiji, you have a similar thing. You can call it a totem. Yeah. And so that's what we're talking about. And I think, oh no, that's you the, what's this? Paragraphs, eh? Okay. Yeah, basically, your house, plenty para around your house. Yeah, right, okay. See all the yashis here now and all the paras over there. You have a question?
Yeah, from James again. Can you share what's the punishment for hunting turtles?
I think
What is
the government, they got
Fine.
certain fine, like 10,000 if you illegally kill it.
Okay. So like if
don't
you're,
have a
if you're
permit.
driving a van, you have a turtle in the
Yeah.
back, you have no permit,
Yeah.
you can get fined
Yeah.
10,000. Yeah. Got it. Is there anything else that you know, Tui, about fines or anything like that? No. Okay. Yeah. But it's good. We have to. So I just referenced the things that I know. Obviously, I'm an avid fisherman. We live in Canada. If you get caught, all of the fillets when we fillet a fish, you have to leave a piece of skin so you can identify, so the conservation officers can identify what fish it is. So, certain fish we're allowed 2. You have a day limit, you have a carry limit. So you can have 2 a day, but you can have like up to 20 on you. So when you're driving your vehicle. But if you have fillets with no skin on them, you can get fined.
Ooh.
And if you have more than you're allowed to carry, they can seize your fishing gear, seize your boat, seize your vehicle, and take all of, like if you have a quad bike, everything, they can take everything. And you have to basically walk home, call a taxi. So, I mean, there is, and there should be repercussions to discourage people, but unfortunately, as a human race, we are a lot more reactive than proactive. We tend to learn from mistakes rather than to take action to prevent them. That's just the story of humanity. And so we have to fine people sometimes for doing things they know they shouldn't be doing. But it's that's where the awareness comes in, right?
Yeah.
So to hopefully people don't have to get fined and they can do. I guess that's why WWF is here, is to help with that kind of awareness. I think one thing too is like not just awareness for the coastal communities, but also a lot of these requests for turtles comes from
Yeah.
inland,
Inland.
the places where they never
Yeah.
get turtle. And so we focus not WWF, but a lot of times I think of focusing conservation efforts in the place where the thing exists. But you also have to think about where the thing is being demanded. And so, one thing I sat down with WWF last year sometime, at the Suva office, we were talking about a lot of the problem with night fishing, eh?
Yeah.
And how the night diving is damaging our reefs. And it's because, there's a big demand coming from the mainland for these small, sweet fish.
Yeah.
Everybody wants small fish because it's good for eating. But, another way to, apart from awareness, is also to be able to monitor the places where that demand is being made. I think there's like just a few places that most of the fish goes in Suva. There's a couple bridges where all the fish comes up to, the couple fish markets. So another thing is to control the area of demand also. And so I think that's one place where we can get more cooperation from fisheries and government, is to be at the fish markets when there's illegal fish coming in, I think. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't speak on behalf of WWF. This is just a natural idea off the top of my head. Because instead of having to go on every community and check all the fish, most of the fish is coming through these few places. You had a question there?
I just want to say, I know my tree. Ngasa gulu gulu.
Huh?
Ngasa gulu gulu.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just that.
Yeah.
It's,
Call a friend?
yeah, just remembering, so.
Yeah, you were texting there, no?
No.
No.
This is from James again. If the fine is 10K, then that money should come back to the community to enforce the law.
Okay.
Hunting turtles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a comment.
Yeah. I like it.
Another comment here is from Namua. Thank you for bringing this important issue online. I believe there should be more awareness on food security, sustainability, and
Yes.
the role of these marine organisms. How their existence is important to our environment. Then they will be more vigilant when fishing. We can preach conservation, but without proper consultation on the impact of the extinction of this marine living organism to our environment. The substitute food for turtle meat rather will be better.
Right. Yeah. That's a great point. I was thinking like, it's funny because we have all these, we're trying to, protect these species, and so we also have to come up with a plan for, okay, when turtle meat is in demand, maybe we need to have a plan for a backup food source.
Yeah.
Look to people to raise cattle, to be able to supplement. And I know it's not the same and the taste is different, but it's time to think of options, solutions. One thing I find so frustrating is people who always look to the negative and they don't try to find solutions. And I think this is a good example of a place that is looking for solutions rather than just seeing the problem and not doing anything about it. Got something? Set? Yeah. I think, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about specifically?
Yeah.
We've had some good conversations
Yeah.
over the last few days. It always happens when you're drinking Angona and you're just sitting around hanging out and all the good stuff comes out, right? And so after this, you know what happens every time after I do a live, guys? You shut it down and you're like, oh, shoot. We should have talked about that, But I think this has been good. This
Yeah.
is the fun part about having honest conversations and asking real questions. And obviously, you guys can put your comments down below if you guys are seeing this at a later date. And the views are going to start stacking up over the next few days here. But Nawalevu,
Pinaka.
thank you for what you're doing in the community. And yeah, I hope that there can be like some sort of ecotourism
Yeah.
thing. That would be really, really cool. I would love to see that in this community. Because even in this community, like the church, I was talking to Renkoro, it needs to be upgraded. It's quite an old building. So if you guys know, I know I had some construction companies messaging me, seeing if there's any projects they could help out in Fiji. So if you guys know of anybody who would want to assist with stuff like that, then shoot us a message, DM us, and they need to build a good place. Also, maybe it could also double as a safe spot for cyclones and stuff like that. So. Yeah, we're coming to you live here from Kavewa. The reason we're doing this is shout out to Daddy Elon. Thank you for Starlink. And thank you also to my credit card that took a hit because we had to upgrade our plan.
So grateful.
And so it's worth it because now we
Yeah.
can move the Starlink anywhere we want in Fiji for not a...
I'm so grateful with WWF. So grateful. Before we were like using turtles, anybody can just catch turtles, kill turtles, or hunt tags. When WWF came and do awareness about the importance of sea turtles, so everybody here, like, we really understand the importance of sea turtles in our community. So we trying to pass it to other communities, what we are doing here in Kavewa. So we really like, following what the government are doing. And what they are really interested in, WWF. So conservation is part of our community. Yeah, people are learning. People are really understood what is going on. So
I can see that.
yeah.
The MPA
So
is here.
yeah, the MPA is there. Maybe we can expand to other business which goes along with conservation.
Yes, that would be exciting.
Yeah.
That would be...
You businessman.
Hey. Yeah. No, I'm just a silly guy. Silly guy doing special things. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining. And if you guys got any questions, then shoot us a DM, and we'll point you guys in the right direction. We're going to go straight now into a podcast that won't be live, but you guys will be able to see that on Spotify, Apple, and we'll upload it as well on YouTube. So thank you guys for joining. And from Kavewa Island, we'll see you guys soon.
Yo, Mate.
Peace.
Mother.